Yo, what's going on, guys? Going to be going over today's price action, what trade I ended up taking today, and why I ended up taking it. So I ended up getting break even today. Um, it was pretty miserable. But I'm going to go over it. This trade did end up hitting TP eventually, but let's just go over what happened, and what I was feeling coming into market open. So if you want to go back to 9 o'clock here, so coming into the day again, if we just go to the higher time frame, pretty simple stuff. We're at all-time highs, so bullish until proven wrong, and delivering off higher time frame key levels, all-time highs. Just come on, basic enough higher time frame bullish bias. Now coming into market open, we did have a slight bearish bias short term. Why was that? Because overall we were currently rejecting off of this hourly gap, and we were disrespecting this hourly gap. So delivering from sell side, disrespecting respecting bearish, disrespecting bullish type of thing here. And then we had a 30-minute fair value gap to open here at 9:30. So coming into today, one of the options that I was thinking about was if market wanted to open higher into this unfilled 30-minute fair value gap, and then we were to get a great reaction and a great 9:30 PO3 to target this low resistance liquidity that we had. Well, it's not really low resistance technically because it's in a gap, but it is relative equal lows, and we have Asia lows right below as well. If that was going to be something that we were going to do, I was all here for it. I think we actually ended up getting an SMT. Okay, yeah, I'm stupid, so don't mind that. We ended up taking out London lows here and then inversing this 15-minute for value gap. So again, we still had low resistance liquidity here generated towards Asia and towards these DOLs lower. So it definitely would make sense for me to do that if we had a 9:30 PO3. So let's see what market open does coming out from that. This was going to be a day that was heavily reliant on whatever market open decided to do. So market open ends up opening higher here, and then we edge this 30-minute liquidity pool above us here, and we leave relative equal highs here, and then we just end up displacing lower here, into this 4-hour gap. So yeah, oh no, not yet. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. And I think, yeah, there was like a setup here that I think a few people took, but for me, I just wasn't a fan of this because overall ES was in a pretty poor position, and I just wasn't convicted on longs just yet. But I think people did end up taking a trade here. This trade does end up hitting stop loss. And boom, boom, boom. Yep. And then we just generate. And now, this is the move. This is the only thing I really like today. I couldn't really make sense out of anything else here, in my opinion. It just wasn't great. So again, here we go now. This is where I actually ended up liking something that presented itself. So we ended up sweeping out this low inside of this 4-hour gap, and then we also had a really nice reaction at this time. And with this as well, we also had an SMT with this external range low right here. So the low inside of the 4-hour gap, we had an SMT with. We just cleared out a bunch of liquidity. Overall, the higher time frame is looking bullish, and this area now, like this low that we just put in, is very much protected, right? So at this, I was simply just looking what else is really good about this trade. So I'm kind of rushing this, but what is kind of good else, I can't speak. What is also really good about this trade, we have a bunch of low resistance liquidity stacked up here. Excellent A plus structure to target all of these low resistant, low hanging fruits leading up to that drawn liquidity being that 30-minute unfilled gap, which was also soon to be an hourly gap as well, right? So I was looking to take this 1-minute inversion if we got good displacement through it. And then on this next candle here, as you can see, it was just boom. Ended up getting a really strong displacement here, and I think my entry was like right here, if I'm not mistaken. And I was targeting just a 1-to-1-ish with this. My trade was like this. Stop loss was around here, and I was targeting just a 1-to-1 with this, which is just basically the 30-minute gap, just like a slight entrance above the 30-minute gap, like right here, right? I entered this trade with 4 micros. This trade, why was this trade really good? Overall, higher time frame is bullish. What did we have here? We had a 9:45, we had a 9:30 open high, generate liquidity towards that DOL, start to make a move lower. Then we had a 9:45 PO3 open lower here, sweep out that low inside of that 4-hour gap with an SMT. So our stop loss is looking extremely protected at this point. A bunch of low resistance leading up to that DOL, and we had great displacement. It's pretty simple stuff, and A plus trade in my opinion. And yeah, now what ends up happening with this trade? All right, we end up showing signs of delivering higher here, and then it gets to around 10 o'clock, and we end up just completely chopping here. Like chop city, we got caught in absolute chop. These are the kind of things that you literally just can't do anything about. Now, again, we ended up coming down here, and I know a lot of people ended up getting stopped out on this by having their stop loss too tight, but I ended up just leaving my stop loss around here because I did have a really strong conviction in this trade due to this low being extremely protected, and me not really having that much worry about the price returning to my stop loss. If it did, whatever. We ended up coming pretty close to my stop loss here, and out of nowhere we got this candle right here that ended up displacing higher. And now on this candle, the S&P 500 ended up sweeping out this high that we had here, which was leading into the hourly gap. So at this point, ES was in an hourly gap. I don't know what that candle was. It was just a big spike candle. And from there, I decided to go break even. And honestly, I didn't even go break even. I just like manually closed my trade because we were just reacting so poorly. Or I didn't manually close my trade. I went break even. I went break even, and yeah, there's nothing really you can do about this. It's unfortunate. It would be stupid for me to not go break even where I did due to ES tapping that hourly gap with this displacing candle, and now we just have like a threat to my stop loss. So I did go break even here, and I ended up getting instantly break even here, and then we ended up literally just chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping, and then eventually, okay, so if we actually look at this, price actually did end up hitting my stop loss here. Wait a minute, could you imagine? Oh, hold on, hold on. Ooh, I'm spamming this. It's taking forever. Like, look at this price action, bro. This price action is so bad. Oh my god, wow. Can you imagine that? Did it even hit my TP? Look at this trade, like, this is ridiculous. I just want to see if it hit my TP here. Okay, whatever. I don't really care. But anyway, I would have ended up getting stopped out of this trade due to just straight up chop. And as we can see, this low did end up being protected in the end, and we ended up delivering all the way towards that hourly gap, I do believe, off of this. Just price action today was absolute dog. It was good. It was giving some promising moves like it did here, but then it just completely fell off, and I ended up saving myself from a terrible loss, which it would have been if I did not end up closing here at break even. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's recap, guys. Nothing really too crazy, and the market was just extremely choppy today, and nothing you could really do about it. This is almost kind of one of those scenarios where ICT concepts like don't even feel like they're applying. And the market is really rough right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely one of the no, not one of the. It is definitely the worst conditions I have ever seen. In price action. So if you are struggling, because I'm struggling myself. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is really tragic price action, and just keep hope, bro. Uh, it will end up paying off. Just got to get through this rough patch and learn and adapt, and yeah, we'll all be flying. So that's gonna be it for today's trade recap, guys. Sorry if that video was kind of rushed. If you guys have any questions about the trade or anything, or if you guys ended up taking anything winning or losing today, leave it in the comments below. If you have any questions for me personally, my Instagram, TikTok, and Discord is going to be in the bio of this video. If you guys want to go check them out, you can feel free to do that. Add me on either one of those platforms, and we can talk about trading if you guys want to, as well. Super excited for the future of this channel. I'm documenting my entire journey to profitability. I've been trading for around 9 months now. It's coming maybe 10 months, coming up to a year anyway, I think, within the next 2 months ish. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next trade recap, which will be tomorrow. And except for that, peace out and enjoy the rest of your day.